if you're able to bear that moral aloneness, eventually you find people that agree. It's amazed me the more I put out my ideas and my work thinking that, wow, I'm going to be crushed into the ground by all the people that hate these ideas. It just attracts people that are of the same mind, that say, wow, I'm so glad I found someone else that holds these ideas. So it's kind of that, like, can you bear the aloneness long enough to kind of put up that flag that can bring about people that share that, and I think in a way that's kind of the idea of a test. And it's interesting that it has a little bit of a religious element to it, that kind of moral test, like in the desert type of thing.
It just seems, I think, again, and unfortunately, I'm the one that's actually bringing the discussion to social media today. I'll try never to do that again. But there always has seemed to be a slight difference in how you and I see this, because I understand why it's more of a problem when you put ideas out online that you're afraid someone's going to be angry about, because it lacks context. It can be misunderstood. It can be purposely misunderstood by people who simply want to fight, or who are mentally ill or whatever, but not mentally ill in a cool way. So, but I feel like, being slightly older, I always, and my friends in general, especially in the past, I think, you kind of enjoy the sparring, the back and forth about ideas and thinking through things. It's not, there's nothing personal about it a lot of times. It seems like everything's become a lot more personal lately. And I do really think a lot of that is just simply because the political situation in this country has been heightened over the last 5-6 years due to a lot of different factors. And I hope that wave subsides, and I think it will a little bit, but it goes hand in hand with the new technology of social media, which does, it does aggravate
Polarizes.
that, and it punishes people who, I think it really does punish people that don't talk and speak in kind of phrases and slogans that have already been created. And I don't think that has to do with the government. So that's separate. And that's why I think that has to do with more with something about, and it goes to this book and this thing, that people have this weird desire, or at least they default to the kind of herd idea, the kind of, well, this is the safe thing. Like, I don't know. I think that's what maybe the issue is. I don't know how you relearn. I don't know how you teach people again to not be afraid, and to not be, just stop being so, like, I know this sounds weird, but you don't have to be mean to everybody. You can choose not to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about
Don't
this
be
recently
mean.
because
That's my
that's your
defense
that's
against
your quote.
fascism and communism. Just don't be mean. So far, my philosophy on this podcast is join a jiu-jitsu studio, don't be mean, and do amateur etymology.
Honestly, though, if someone actually did that and truly pursued it, I bet it would kind of improve a life. It's not bad advice. Anyway, here's the thing, though. I mean, I was thinking about this hyper politicization of the culture, because, man, I remember a time where it didn't matter. It really did not. This you speak of, where you could spar with your friends and you could disagree, and it was kind of like, let's have a discussion, let's debate that, and then, like, let's put it aside and let's hang out and enjoy all the things that we do get along on. Now the thing is, and it comes back to that kind of like scarcity mentality, and that's what makes me nervous about the way the media plays into this, because the media definitely has a massive role in creating this hyper political culture where everything is a battle for life or death. That's a big problem, and I think the media should absolutely be held to task for that, and it's on all sides of the media, like the mainstream media. And but at the same time, you have that same hyper politicization showing up in government too, where it's very much the idea of there being dignity and integrity in being able to reach across the aisle something that was, this value isn't even held anymore up as something desirable, particularly by my generation. There's this idea which is very disturbing, this kind of guilt by association, which is something I recently heard Yeonmi Park, the girl that's a North Korean defector, whatever, escapee, on Jordan. I was gonna say Justin Peterson, on Jordan Peterson's podcast, and it's a good way to really understand how dark that idea of there being something wrong in daring to work with your opponents. No, what you get there is a for or against life or death battle. One of the most, and you can see that in American government, the more political, like the more hyper political things have gotten, the less progress gets done, and the more you get beholden to whoever your party throws you. Oh, well, here's your Democratic nominee, that's all you fucking get. We know you're not going to vote for the other guy, so here's your fucking gruel, eat it. This, and of course, what are you going to do? Oh, I can't dare to vote for the other side. I can't dare to throw my vote away in a third party vote. So you have people that are become prisoners to their party, and it profits off that. And so it's this very dark downward spiral. But I mean, I think that really, when we have this culture now that is so obsessed with the idea of diversity, whatever, this is all bullshit. You know what true human diversity is? It's being able to appreciate every individual in the way that they appear. And it's being able to respect that a human being has the capacity to differ from each other in so many ways. That means your Republican neighbor, you appreciate his existence, even if you don't like his politics, because that's diversity. That's actually real diversity. It's not everybody that thinks just like you, but has, different shades of skin color, different, body sizes or whatever fake shit. Like, this is literally like Teen Vogue diversity where all the models are different colors. Like, this means nothing. And it's basically just like empty propaganda where, oh, we'll show you diversity, but don't think diverse. So I think that problem is, like, if you really want to have a diverse culture or country, you have to embrace what that means, which is people are going to be different in all the ways. And of course, we have that doesn't mean like, well, murderers are diverse too. No, you leave people alone. That's the whole point. This is, again, why I come back to, I think, really, I think we are at a point in this government where, and we'll get to this. We're gonna get to this through this book. It's section by section we're going here. But I think that truly the most important thing that anybody can be paying attention to with American government right now is reducing its power. I truly believe that. And I know that sounds like a shitty, oh, she's just a libertarian or whatever. I don't have any particular party affiliation like that. I believe in whatever I see working. And right now, all I see is every party and ideology running for a power grab. And that's a problem. And each party uses whatever their constituents' fears are to make that bid for more power. So on the left, it's, well, we're gonna censor all the anti-vaxxers for you. Just give us a little bit more power, and we'll get rid of those people. And then on the right, of course, it's like, well, they stole the election from you, so we just need a little more power, and we'll get rid of that or whatever. And it's just like, pay attention to what is being asked of you. Okay, put aside all the pet causes and reduce that, because this is very dangerous.